so nice, floaty, gentle. It's actually hopefully going to energize you a small amount with releasing a little bit of energy in the spine with some twists, which might also be really good for digestion. So keep that in mind. And we'll start on our backs in Savasana, and we'll do a quick body scan and settle into this space. Lowering down one vertebrae at a time, shoulders and head. Feeling the contact our bodies make with the earth below. As we run through a body scan from head to toe, noticing all the parts of the body, any areas of lightness, tension, energy, and spaciousness. Taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Filling our lungs big and sighing it out. 2 more just like that. Noticing the rhythm of our breath. As it starts to assume its natural rhythm in and out through the nose. Taking a moment to set an intention of curiosity, presence, and mindfulness for today's practice. Bringing our awareness back to the space around us, the sounds, the temperature, and the smells. And we'll hug our left knee into our chest, giving it a gentle hug either with our hands on top of the shin or behind the thigh muscle. Perhaps we rock, pulse, or find stillness. Noticing sensations in our hips. And replacing the left leg, we'll hug the right knee into the chest. And again, we can move around. Or we can stay here, hugging it in tight, checking in with the sensations and the energy in our hip socket. Identifying any areas of discomfort and just being with them. And we'll hug both knees in nice and tight to the chest, either wide or narrow. Perhaps we rock side to side, giving a little massage of our spine. And we'll let our left leg float to the earth. We're in a gentle twist over to the left side of the body. Bringing our right knee across the body, perhaps we shift our hips to the outer edge of the mat. Gently twisting the right leg across to the left. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Just allowing our lower back to settle into the pose. Finding our rhythm of breath. And then we're going to extend our left arm out from the shoulder. We're going to bring our right hand on top of the left and stack the shoulders and hips. Our right knee might touch the earth, and our left ear is on the mat. On the inhalation, we're going to open up, reaching our right arm over to the right, and closing on the exhalation, bringing the palms back together. Inhale, opening the chest, big reach. Exhale, we close the arms, palms back together. Slowly starting to release energy in our spine. Moving with the rhythm of our breath. Breathing lightness and warmth into our heart center. Maybe starting to find a little bit of fluidity with our movement. Perhaps we're starting to gaze over at our right hand as we open it up. We'll do 2 more. And on this next one, we'll hold open, holding our twist, opening our arms wide, gazing over to the right hand. And on our next exhalation, we'll close our hands back up, coming back over to our left side. And we'll twist ourselves out of that, coming onto our backs, hugging our right knee back into our chest. Feeling the contact that our head, our shoulder blades, and our hips make on the earth. And then we release our right leg back to the earth. Maybe scooching ourselves over to the left of our mat straight away, hugging the left knee into the chest, and then the left knee comes across the body. Gentle twist. Taking a few breaths here to settle into the pose. Perhaps we keep our right hand on the top of our left knee. And finding our natural rhythm of breath. Rolling ourselves over to the right, opening up our right arm, bringing our left arm across, stacking the palms, stacking the shoulders and the hips. And with our inhalations, we open wide. Exhaling, bringing the palms back together. Getting a gentle massage of the right shoulder and arm. Opening, closing to the rhythm of our breath. Perhaps we're noticing the energy that is running up the spine like a rhythm of light, drawing it in through the heart center and watching it dance down the spine. 3 more. And on this last one, we'll hold the left arm open. Breathing light and warmth through the chest, through the abdomen, into the lower back. Deep breaths in. On the next exhale, we'll close our palms back together. And inhale out of that. Rolling ourselves back onto the earth, hugging our left knee in, and centering ourselves back on the mat. Hugging both knees into the chest, rocking, pulsing, or finding stillness. Perhaps we roll the knees around in one direction and the other. Noticing our fluidity, noticing any areas that might be sticky, and how our sensations may be different on one side or the other. Coming back to stillness, and we're going to roll ourselves over to the side and coming up into knees, toes pose. Bringing our shins underneath us, rock pose here. Beautiful. And we'll tuck our toes underneath our shins, making sure all 5 of them are cooperating and connecting with the earth. And we're going to twist gently, bringing our hand to the back of our hip and the other to the outside of the leg. Alternating sides, tall torso, drawing it up from the tailbone through to the crown of the head. And then we twist gently left to right. Gazing over our shoulder. Whatever speed feels good for our spine. Maybe we're starting to feel warmth in our back body. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. 3, 2, 1 more on each side. Coming out of that, coming into all 4s, tapping out the tops of the feet as desired. Beautiful. Coming into a gentle cat-cow. Hands are under our chest, knees are under our hips. Leading with the tailbone, arching the lower back, pressing the earth away, gazing up. Once again with the tailbone, we curl it under, we round our spine, we gaze back, pressing into our shoulder blades. And we continue this, inhaling, arching and gazing up, opening the abdomen. Exhale, rounding back out, gazing back towards our feet, chin to chest. And we'll continue this motion at whatever speed feels good. Perhaps we slow our breath, enjoying the pause at the top or the bottom. Enjoying those micro movements, the micro gains, releasing energy. 2 more. And we all meet up in neutral, finishing this sequence. Inhaling. And on the next exhale, we'll lift our hips into down dog, curling our toes underneath our shins and allowing our body to pedal intuitively, however it's craving. Perhaps we press one heel to the mat at a time. Perhaps we shift our weight left to right. Whatever feels good for the body. Rooting through our fingers, pressing them firmly into the mat, feeling the back of the knuckles, gripping, finding strength in our arms, and our heads are hanging heavy. Moving the energy through our legs. Beautiful. Coming to stillness. Feet are about hip width apart. We press both of the heels towards the earth, letting our heads hang heavy. And we'll lift our left leg off the mat, pressing our weight through the right heel, holding here for a few breaths. Finding length in the back of the right leg. Release of energy through the spine and the neck. And we'll hug our left knee into our chest, stepping through into a high crescent lunge. Keeping our hands on the mat. Good. We're up on the toes of the right foot. Maybe we draw our navel up through the sky, lifting our chest off of our left thigh. Keeping our left knee over the ankle, we find grounding here. And then we're going to lift our arms off the earth. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. Crescent lunge. Finding length in our side body. Keeping our left knee over our left ankle, pressing into the top of the right foot, using our toes as stability. And we're going to rotate over the left side, opening the arms parallel to the floor, gentle twist, and gazing over the left shoulder towards the outstretched left hand. Tall torsos. Beautiful. And we'll reach the left hand back, coming into a reverse warrior crescent lunge, reaching the right arm up to the sky. Noticing the sensations running between the fingertips, in through the side body, down into the lower back. Gentle expressions on our faces. And we bring our arms all the way back to heart center, centering our torso. And we'll twist over the left knee. Coming here into a prayer twist. Option to find our block for stability as needed. Gently pressing the right arm into the leg, lifting our torso tall. Perhaps we gaze beyond the left elbow. Good. On the inhale, we're going to come back into our reverse warrior. On the exhale, we're going to bring our right hand to the earth, and we're going to scoop our left hand across. Opening back up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, we scoop our left arm across the body, twisting gently. Inhale, reverse warrior. Staying in our crescent lunge. Option to bring our right knee to the earth. Option to find whatever fluid movement feels good. Perhaps we lift our left arm over our chest, opening the chest. We flow intuitively as our body craves and allows. Right knee up or down on the earth. Three more. One more movement through. And we come back into our plank position, walking our left foot back. Hands are under our chest, elbows are twisted forward. And we'll lower down all the way through chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra, flattening our feet. Lifting our abdomen up. Noticing a release of the glutes and the lower back. And we lower back down, pressing up through kneeling plank and child's pose, sinking our hips back, reaching our hands long, finding stillness, or shifting the weight left to right. Bringing our awareness back to the breath. And taking this moment to reset. Rolling ourselves up into kneeling, we'll grab a sip of water, and then we'll do this same sequence on the other side of the body. Bringing ourselves back into all fours. Hands come back under our chest. Curling our toes under our shins. We take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we come back up into our down dog. Once again, finding any intuitive movements that might feel good for the body. Or perhaps stillness is what feels good. Finding the grounding of our fingers on the earth, firmly planted on the mat. Strong, dynamic arms. The head is hanging heavy between the arms. We're pressing into the chest and finding length through the entire backside of the body. And then we'll lift our right leg off the earth, pressing all the weight into the left, down through the left heel. calm, steady rhythm of breath. And then floating through into our lunge. We hug the right knee into our chest. We plant the right foot. We come up on the left toes. We keep our hands planted on the earth, rounding into our crescent lunge, lifting our chest off the thigh as possible. And once we found stability here, we can lift our arms off the earth, bringing them over our shoulders. Deep breaths in, reaching the fingers to the sky, crescent lunge. Lengthening through the side body. Hips are forward facing. And we'll open into our twist, bringing our arms parallel to the floor, over to the right. Left hand is over top of the right leg. We reach our fingertips long, gazing beyond the right shoulder. Finding somewhere to gaze at or digging into an affirmation for stability and grounding. Noticing the rhythm of our heartbeat and our breath. Reaching our right hand towards the back leg, and our left arm comes over the side of our head, reaching it tall. Checking the pattern of energy between the fingertips, down the side body, across the lower back, and through the back leg. Beautiful. Bringing our hands into prayer pose, rotating our torso forward, hips are forward, finding length from the tailbone through the crown of the head, and we twist over the right knee. Hinging forward, we're not collapsing, we're not rounding the spine. Pressing our left elbow into the outer edge of the right leg, finding that length, finding stability where needed. Either keeping our knee off the earth or lowering it to the ground. And our next inhale, we're going to swoop back into our reverse lunge. Reverse crescent warrior lunge. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, planting the left hand, sweeping the right arm across the body. Inhaling back up and starting to find our fluid motion as our body opens up, warms up, moves around the cobwebs, releasing tension. Perhaps we start to rotate, opening the chest where possible. Finding our hand to the ground, finding our hand to a block, all as needed. Starting to activate our Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. 3 more motions, however that feels to us. Last time through. And we'll find ourselves back into a plank pose, bringing our hands to the earth. Walking the right leg back. Keeping our elbows tucked into the sides of the body as we lower down into chaturanga. And then we find ourselves in cobra or upward facing dog as suits the body. Pressing the tops of our feet into the earth. Breathing length into the spine. And we come down, kneeling plank. Child's pose, sinking the hips back. Reaching the hands long, shifting or sinking, melting the hips towards the heels. Checking in with our breath. And just taking a few breaths here to reset. Perhaps we reflect on any intention we may have set at the beginning of our practice. Drawing ourselves up, stacking the vertebrae back into rock pose, grabbing another sip of water. And once again, we'll meet up in all fours, bringing our hands back under our chest. And on the next exhale, we curl our toes under our shins. We step back into down dog. Taking a few deep breaths there, settling into the pose, pressing our heels towards the earth. No destination, no expectation of where the heels will be. So long as we're grounded through our hands, our heads are hanging heavy, and we're finding length throughout the entire back body. Walking our feet in towards our hands like little penguins, coming onto our fingertips. And finding our feet about hip width apart, we'll stay here in our forward fold. Allowing the hands to hang heavy. Perhaps we bring the hands to the inner side of the elbows. And perhaps we twist left to right, rocking, shifting our weight. Again, whatever feels good for the body. Listening to the lower back, listening to the back of the legs. And our breath, making sure that we're not pushing anything too far, too fast. Bringing ourselves back to stillness. We'll roll ourselves up like ragdolls, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, shoulders and head. Micro bend in the knees, stacking the head and the shoulders. Bringing our hands to heart center. Pressing the palms together, dynamic tension through the upper body. Rolling the shoulders up and back. Running through a quick body scan here. Getting a sense of our calm inner strength. And bringing our feet together so that the toes or bunions are touching, the heels are just a little bit apart or slightly wider if that feels a little more stabilizing, in order to come into a chair. We'll sweep the arms down and back up into chair. Reaching the arms tall alongside the ears, tucking our tailbone underneath us, noticing the abdomen engage, holding our chair here. Finding our pose, maybe drawing the knees back so we can see our toes beyond them. And bringing our hands to heart center, we'll do a prayer twist over to one side. Keeping our hips forward facing, bringing the elbow to the outer edge of the knee, and perhaps we gaze beyond the elbow in the sky. Finding grounding through our feet. Hips are forward facing. We open our arms up, hugging the entire world, drawing energy in through our heart center. Feeling the energy through the fingertips of the left hand running through the fingertips of the right. And we bring our hands back to heart center, breath into prayer, pressing a little extra with the elbow against the thigh, feeling the gentle twist of our spine, feeling the length that we're creating. And we release out of that back into chair, all the way up through mountain pose. Hands to heart center, we reset here. Deep breaths in between, sighing it out. One more just like that. Again, noticing the rhythm of our heartbeat. Noticing the rhythm of our breath. And that calm, gentle expression on our faces. Inhaling, we sweep our fingertips back to the earth. Coming through and into our chair, reaching the arms alongside the ears. Tucking our tailbones under our hips. Checking in that we can see our toes beyond our knees. Abdomen is engaged. Hands to heart center. Hips remain forward facing, and we twist our upper body. We hinge over the other side, connecting the outside of our elbow to the outside of the knee, and then we press to elongate the torso, gazing up past the floating elbow. Hips are forward facing, lightness in our toes, we drive through the heels. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. And once again, we open our arms wide, expanding our twist, creating more energy through the spine, releasing the energy so that it rushes through the body. Noticing the heat generated between the fingers, the heat coming in through our chest. And we bring our hands back to heart center. Perhaps we press our elbow into our knee a little bit more for added depth to our twist. 2 more breaths here. And then we float back into our chair. Inhaling. Exhale, standing mountain, sweeping the arms all the way back through heart center. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more just like that. Noticing the muscles in our faces soften. The shoulders and the arms. We can allow the arms to float to the earth. Opening our feet hip width apart. And we're going to twist left to right, just allowing the arms to fall gently, tapping our legs and our booty. Gently back and forth, left to right. Slowing the breath in and out through the nose. Whatever speed feels good. One final chance to release additional energy through the spine. Three, two, and last one, each side. And we bring ourselves back to stillness. We run through a body scan, checking in with the new sensations, the vibrations, maybe tingling in our fingers. Being aware of how easy it is to move our energy around, to change our focus, and the ability that we have to set the tone of our days. Taking in a deep breath through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. On the next inhale, we'll bring our arms over our shoulders. We'll grab onto our left wrist with our right hand. We come into a side bend. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming over to the right side bend, driving the weight through our left hip and heel. Making sure not to collapse onto the right side of the body, to not labor our breath. Keeping our hips checked underneath us. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. And perhaps a soft, gentle expression on our face. Inhale, we come all the way back up. Shake that out. Let the energy flow through the arms. And on the next inhale, we'll bring them all the way back up. Grabbing onto the opposite wrist. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, we side bend. Finding our grounding through the hip and the foot. Maintaining our steady rhythm of breath. And our hips are tucked underneath. Reaching tall. 2 more breaths. Inhaling back to center. Arching the lower back, opening the abdomen and the chest. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pressing the palms together. Dynamic tension on the upper body. Calm, gentle expressions on our faces, and we check in with the breath. In and out through the nose. Running through a final body scan from head to toe, noticing a difference in the energy. Noticing where we might have lightness, areas of comfort, and perhaps a new sense of revitalized energy. Perhaps we've let go of energy and blockages that no longer serve us. We've shaken out the day behind, and we're ready to reset, refreshed, and regenerated. Taking a moment to reflect on any intention we may have set at the beginning of our practice, or setting a new one for the days ahead. remembering that we are superheroes, that we have superpowers that only we possess as individuals, reminding ourselves that they are ours, that we are confident in them, and that we can let them shine throughout the world, but also that we have support where and when we need. It might be a block, it might be the earth, it might be our breath, and it might be a friend. Remembering this calm state of being for those moments where we feel wobbly. And remembering that we have our breath and our support structure to come back to. Taking another deep breath in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. Releasing any last residual tension in our faces, jaws, neck, shoulders, and arms. Allowing our arms to come alongside our bodies. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One last time. We bring our attention and awareness back to the space around us, the sounds, the temperature, and the smells. We blink our eyes open, coming back to our community, giving thanks for the opportunity to practice, thanks for the community, and thanks for our bodies and this opportunity to create stability through instability, to release tension, and to create more mindfulness for the days ahead. Thank you for joining me today and for your continued confidence. Namaste.